Hi, I'm Brandy. This is Hound Dog Hollow, and today I'm doing hopefully a quick video just to talk about a project that I'm starting August 5th through November 2nd. I sometimes have trouble staying focused and keeping myself motivated to do some daily spiritual practice. I had been really good for most of the year journaling every day when I got up in the morning, but I fell off of that for several weeks this summer, and I really felt bereft about it. So I got this idea that I would make myself a magical syllabus, basically like a study plan for myself to kind of keep myself motivated, because I'm one of those nerdy people that loves making lists and checking them off, and also paper products and just writing things down. I bullet journal as well, as you may know from my channel. So it just seemed like a good option for me. But then I was thinking, I'm doing it so broad and easy, I might be able to have a study group and start working on a community for open-minded, eclectic people to kind of connect and be a safe space. So I kind of put it out there that I would be looking for people to join me, and some of you are very interested, so I thought I'd put it on my channel also so that my subscribers would know what's available. It's going to be on my Facebook. There's going to be, of course, updates on Instagram and on my Facebook Hound Dog Hollow page. There's also a private group, but I really want the private group to be for active practicing pagans, for us to kind of work together. It's going to also be private, so that you would have to kind of like be vetted before you got in. It's not a hard vetting. I just want to make sure that people are safe and not going to be like exposed or harassed. So I want it to be a safe, inclusive space. So more on that. But let's just start at the beginning. So basically, the way I started was I said I wanted to be 13, because 13 is a really lucky number in my opinion. 13 weeks. I had thought originally 4 to 6, but then I thought I really don't want to cram and force myself, because then it'll feel like punishment instead of something like really for myself. So I spread it out to 13 weeks, and these are all the Sabbats and Esbats, new moons and full moons, as well as planetary movements for the next 13 weeks. This is a full moon sign. The astrological signs. This is a sun, this is a new moon. So this means retrograde. Basically, I put this on my Instagram already, so you're probably familiar with this. Next, this is a condensed form of my magical syllabus. I have a full-blown one. I might post in the group if people are interested, but it basically boils down to this. My objectives are to broaden my knowledge of astrology for the individual. I'm not really super interested in like forecasting for others. I want to use it as a tool to know myself. So it's going to be a focus mostly on natal charts. Sabbats and Esbats are really important to me to celebrate and to mark, because life is fleeting, and it really anchors me to my present, and it really helps me stay intentional with my living. And because I am a very busy person, and it helps me remember that there's so much more around me than just the things that I have to do. So Sabbats, honoring the turning of the wheel. Esbats, work on manifesting my intentions. So there'll be 2 Sabbats over the course, autumn equinox and Samhain, but to be honest, I'll probably mostly celebrate Halloween and Day of the Dead, Dia de Muertos. So my goal for myself is, and of course this is all for myself, you can do whatever you want, you can use it loosely, you can follow along, however you want to do this if you choose to join us. But about 2 weeks before the Sabbath, I start researching. So I have tons of books, and I go through them, and I kind of read about the philosophy and what the correspondences are, and I kind of make my own celebration, which usually involves a meal, some kind of offering, some kind of divination, maybe an activity. It varies. Esbats are really for working. There's going to be 3 new moons and 3 full moons. So about a week in advance, I start kind of researching what I'm going to do. Ritual work usually involves some kind of ritual bathing, divination, and there can be other works like candle work or plant work or whatever moves me. Topics are going to be zodiac signs, natal chart basics, planets, houses, astrology and how it relates to your health, vocation, relationships, and deeper dives into various things as time permits, like aspects, planetary or astrological timing, whatever. Those are things that we can look at if there's time at the end of the term. So resources and supplies. You will need a natal chart. I don't think you could do it without a natal chart. You can get one for free at cafeastrology.com, and I left a link on my Facebook page and the Facebook group. You're going to need your exact time and place of birth. It's preferred, so that way it knows your rising sign to better calculate your natal chart to yourself. So your rising sign should be the start of your natal chart. So start at 9, and then it goes counterclockwise. And it could be very different. So like I'm a Leo. If I use my sun sign, I'm a Leo, and Leo would be at 9 o'clock spot. And then it would go, my first house would be Leo, and then so on and so forth throughout the zodiac, right? But I'm actually a rising Pisces. So those two would not be the same. It wouldn't really, everything would be in the wrong houses if I used my actual sun sign instead of my rising sign. So you can find it on your birth certificate. Try your best. If you're adopted or you don't know the time of your birth, I mean, it's still going to be good to do it with your sun sign. It's still, I imagine, effective, just not as effective. A way to journal. So I personally have a journal. I bought this beauty at Barnes & Noble's. It's lovely. It's dotted like a bullet journal, and it's just absolutely beautiful. But you can do a binder with loose leaf paper. You can just do loose leaf paper. You can do a composition book. You can do a Word doc or a Google doc or notepad on your phone. However you want to track your findings is up to you. And of course, resource material. So I'm not going to say that you have to use a specific resource material. I personally have a list of resources that I have over here that I'm going to go over very briefly shortly, but you can do anything. You can check out library books. You could do Astrology, Astrology. You could do Pinterest. You can do Friends. You could do whatever astrology book you happen to have at home. Whatever. It's all probably decent enough for you to get some kind of more in-depth information about your natal chart. So specifically to me, what I chose, I have my natal chart and my husband and son's. My favorite pen. These Sharpie pens are amazing. My celestial journal. I got these cute little markers to mark the pages of books as I work through. This is actually pretty old, but I'm using this golden folder because I felt like it was very celestial. That's holding like my natal charts because I printed mine, but you can totally email them to yourself or download them. My book of shadows, I have where it belongs, and then the books. So I'm really weak in my left hand, so I'm gonna have to show one at a time. Okay, this book is amazing. Astrology for Yourself, a workbook for personal transformation. I recommend you get it paperback. It has all sorts of questions and workbooks and charts and information. So this is my primary working book for this term, so to speak. And then a secondary working book is the only astrology book you'll ever need. It is a misnomer. Obviously, I had this book first. And I needed more because I was not understanding what she was trying to say about natal charts. But now that I have more information about what she was trying to say, it makes more sense and I can use this. It's actually really good. There's a lot of information in here. It just wasn't super helpful at first because I didn't know where to start. So it's definitely a good resource right now. And this one I just bought, so I'm thinking it's pretty good. I haven't read it like I have read the other twos. But this one is The Stars Within You, A Modern Guide to Astrology. And then you may have seen the picture that I posted on Instagram and Facebook. There's a stack of books, and those books all contain good chapters on astrology that I'll be using. So Llewellyn's Complete Book of Correspondences, Solitary Witch, Encyclopedia of Witchcraft, the Modern Witchcraft Grimoire. I know it's grimoire. I like to say grimoire. Practical Magic, Chinese Astrology, Plain and Simple, and You Are Magical. I do have other books that I reference for Sabbats and Esbats, and when those come, I will let you know, like in a post. Stay tuned for that. But I didn't choose to. I only put the astrology specific books here. I also have 2 astrological decks, the Black Moon Astrology cards and astrological oracle cards. I'm going to do some review videos on these in the upcoming weeks. It's just I've got a lot going on right at this moment. And of course, Pinterest, interest, and my study friends. So, last but not least, it is the first day of week 1. By the time this airs, it's actually August 4th, late at night, but I'm not going to post it till August 5th. So, I would say the task, if you're following along, is to assemble your supplies. At the very least, get your natal chart. Check out some books from the library if you don't have money, or bookmark some sites that you really want to check out. Get yourself something to track your journey with. Whatever supplies that you deem necessary, assemble them this week because you're going to need them next week. But we're really going to start really easy. We're going to start with sun signs. Almost everybody in my country knows what their sun sign is. It's really broad, popular appeal. What is your sun sign? What does that mean about you? So we'll start there. What is a sun sign? What does it mean? And then we'll dabble into zodiac signs, the basic building blocks of zodiac signs, and I'll talk more about that. If we have time, I'm going to dive into decanates and cusps, but only for my own sign. And then another thing is I'm going to begin research and prep for the full moon in Aquarius, which is next week. I'll probably start this around the 8th, so that I have a full week of preparing for the full moon. Just to give myself a heads up, next week, full moon in Aquarius, August 15th. I'm partial to that full moon because I was actually born on a full moon in Aquarius. I'm an August baby, and I was born on the full moon. So always a good full moon for me. The next week, we're also going to start moon sign and rising signs, and we're going to start natal charts. So I know that's a lot of information. I was probably talking very quickly. I would love if you joined me. Joined us. It will be on my Facebook page, which is linked on my YouTube channel. The page is called Hound Dog Hollow. So you can join the page. The page is going to cover all the astrology work. If you want to work with the group on Sabbats and Esbats, you can join our private Facebook group. Just send me a request. I'll do updates on Instagram as well, but obviously just images. And I don't know if I'll update here on YouTube again, but I'll probably do some reviews on the books and also a flip through of the decks. So that's a lot. Upcoming things on my channel as well. I have a big giveaway coming up. I'm going to be sending out the gifts. I went to the post office on Friday. She's very rude to me. I cannot send ritual oils, I guess, in an envelope. They must be sent in a box, so I needed to repack everything. What I had prepared for the little dragon, the post office said wasn't enough, that it would be crushed, so I have to repack that. And then, of course, after asking all my questions, she told me I couldn't mail the Korean Beauty box and the Tamed Wild box because 12 minutes wasn't enough to process it, and she didn't want to stay late for me. So she was a gem. Anyway, so I'm hopeful that I'm going to get it all done tomorrow or today, August 5th or 6th, and get that out to you guys. But also there's another giveaway coming up because I have 600 subscribers. Yay! Thank you guys so much. I love you. I'm so pleased. So there's going to be a giveaway for that. I'm going to combine my K-Beauty giveaway because having multiple giveaway videos at the same time is actually really challenging. I had a lot of success with my ritual oil video, so I'm going to try and do one on the dark moon, purge some things on the dark moon monthly for the next few months until I get better control of my surplus. So stay tuned for that. And as always, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for sticking through this. Please join us. I think it's going to be very fun and educational. And I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me. I can't wait to see where we go. Have a wonderful night.